Welcome back to Sally Forrest Speaks. Now today I want to talk to you about conditioning, and I have a beautiful story that I want to really share with you, and it's about a little girl called Mary. Now Mary was from an expat family and she just moved to a new country, so let's say it was Singapore. So Mary was living in Singapore and she started school, and at the first day at school her teacher said, we're going to do an art lesson today. Now Mary really loves art. So in her mind, she's thinking, oh, I really want to paint tigers, I want to paint animals, I want to paint plants, I want to paint people. But the teacher said to Mary, look, I'm going to tell you what we're going to paint today. So we're going to paint a flower. So Mary thought, well, actually, I don't want to paint a flower. I want to paint all my animals. But she thought, okay, the teacher told me to paint a flower. So she hesitated and she started to think in her mind, maybe I'll paint a beautiful rose, or maybe I'll paint a sunflower, or maybe I'll paint a blue flower, something really nice and special. And the teacher said, Mary, don't start yet. I'm going to tell you exactly what to paint. So Mary put down her paintbrush and she waited. And the teacher said, today we're going to paint a red flower. So again, in Mary's mind, she's thinking, oh, it's going to be a beautiful rose, or it's going to be another sort of red flower. And she picked up a paintbrush and she was all excited and wanting to paint. And the teacher again said, no, Mary, put down your paintbrush. I'm going to show you what to paint. So the teacher turned round and she took out her paintbrush and she drew a red flower and a green stem. And Mary looked at the teacher's artwork and she didn't like it. And she wanted to create her own artwork. But the teacher said, Mary, you have to do exactly what I've told you to do. So Mary looked at the teacher's artwork, she took out her paintbrush and she painted exactly the same flower. It had a red top and it had a green stem. And so as time went on, Mary started to learn to do exactly what the teachers told her to do. She forgot her own creativity. She only ever did what the teacher told her to do. Now let's say 3 years passed and Mary was a little bit older and her parents moved. They left Singapore and they went to live in the United States of America. Now Mary was going to school again. She was a little bit older now and she loved school. And suddenly in the United States of America, the teacher there said, right, today we have art. So again, Mary loved art. So she sat there, she sat in her classroom and she thought, oh, we've got an art lesson today. And the teacher said, right, today I want you to paint something that makes you feel really happy. So let's say there were 20 children in the classroom. All the children started painting immediately. They picked up their brush, they started painting. They were so excited with what they were doing. And Mary just sat there. And the teacher walked round and she said, Mary, what are you doing? And Mary said, well, I don't know what to paint. And the teacher said, well, Mary, you can paint anything. Whatever you have in your imagination, you can paint. And Mary said, but you've not told me what to paint. And the teacher said, look, Mary, you don't have to be told what to paint. You can paint anything. So Mary looked at the teacher and she said, anything? I can really paint anything I want? And the teacher said, yes, Mary, you can paint anything you want. So the teacher walked on and Mary sat there and she picked up a paintbrush and she thought for a while and she painted a flower and it had a red top and it had a green stem. Now this in a way is quite a sad story because Mary had been conditioned to do exactly what her first teacher had taught her to do. And Mary had lost her imagination. And Mary had lost her creativity. And Mary had lost this ability to think for herself. Now 30, 40, 50 years later, some of us are exactly like that. We've forgotten why we're here. We've forgotten what our purpose is. And we just go through life doing everything that everybody else tells us to do. So today I really want you to think about your life. And I want you to answer one question. Are you really happy? If you're really happy, fantastic, carry on doing what you're doing. But if you're not happy, you have to really think about life. Now, as I tell everybody, always have the courage to follow your heart. You have one life, so live it. So I'll see you again for the next episode. Bye!